That's it. Pelicans lose 97-80. Jesus Christ. I just realized that they didn't crack 100 points one time.
One
in the
time.
postseason. Or
That's all, folks.
Start the show.
First took away. Gas for this. Get your money's worth out.
Presented to you by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk, located at 918 Poydras Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you're somebody who's been involved in an accident. The Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk. Make sure you smash that like button. Before we talk Brandon, Lito, I'm going to let you go here because this might have been the last time we will ever see Jonas Valanciunas in a New Orleans Pelicans uniform. So I wanted to give him a proper goodbye, especially from you. You're probably his biggest supporter, but here's a stat for you, Lito. JV in 3 years started 235 out of 246 possible games, showed up every single night, a true professional, whether he was benched, whether he was not. I thought again tonight he was, as Chaz, you said before the show just started, like I thought he was one of the better players this series. So Lito, go ahead with Jonas.
Consummate professional, man. Shout out to my fellow countryman, JV, man. I'm a chill, Chris. I'm eulogizing my dog right now. Like it's not time for that. I appreciate everything JV has done for the franchise. He showed up every day, whether he was playing today, he played 26 minutes, whether he was playing 26 minutes or 6 minutes, it was the same mentality. He was the same person. He gives you every he has his basketball IQ. He's just a team player, and in the end, man, he got underutilized. He was underappreciated. In the end, he could have helped this team more than he was allowed to, and in the end, he went out as their best player. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how that works. I wish it wouldn't have. I wish it wouldn't have ended like this. There was no inclusivity for him for a lot of the season, and you saw that a bunch of times. He got in. I knew he was about to do that. He got into the game. He wasn't involved, and then you would play Larry Nance, start Larry Nance the third quarter. You put Jonas back in for a couple minutes. He didn't have anything going. He didn't have a rhythm. You sit him again, and then you did this for. It was like a roller coaster ride of a season, dog. I don't know what he was supposed to do. He made the best out of the situation. Shout out to Jonas, man. I wish I had a 40 right now.
On this show?
Oh, why I say that?
Ross, go ahead about JV, and then we're going to talk Brandon.
Yeah, he was our best player of the series. I don't really have anything more to say other than what Lito said. I mean, we underutilized him all year. Didn't really prepare him for what was needed this series, and he still showed up and did his job like he's done for however long he's been here. So, no, good for him. I as crazy as it is, I still don't think he's all the way out the door. I mean, I just don't know what kind of market there's going to be. We don't have a center on the roster. Like, whatever. We'll see. He could end up being back here, which I feel sorry for him if he is. But nonetheless, yeah. Look, I thought he even in this series, I feel like we still underutilized him. But nonetheless, Warrior showed up almost every single night for 4 years, 5 years, whatever it was. That's really all you can ask.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the biggest disappointments of the series. Chris, we'll start with you, then go Chaz. I mean, obviously, it starts with Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. Let's start with Brandon, Chris. Tonight, 2 of 12 from the field. I'm sorry.
2 of 14.
Not 2 of 12. 2 of 14 from the field. 4 of 6 from the free throw line. 2 turnovers. 8 points. Lou Dort, I guess, is one of the really good defenders in the league. What did you? I don't know. Just
you waved him up. What that was, Justin? Do that again.
How?
What do you want to say? Just go.
Man,
There's no
man,
question.
before the show is over, I need one of the panelists here to upload the "I Miss My Homie" song by P. I need one of y'all. Need y'all to find a clip, upload it up here in the brand. So before the show is over, we can play. You know what I'm saying? So we can sing it together. For those that know it. For those that don't. Brandon. Look, bro. I mean, he got. We could talk a lot about injuries. And he clearly was battling. There's a bunch of different things that you could excuses you could throw out there, man. At the end of the day, you also got to give Lou Dort credit, right? Like Lou Dort knew every move, every tendency that Brandon wanted to throw out there. I mean, there's a play, and we all know the play that once you get to describing it on the right block, it's in the fourth quarter. Brandon looks like he wants to raise up over his left shoulder. Lou Dort dares him to raise over his right shoulder. He got the help with Chet Holmgren, passes over the corner. I think Naji ends up airballing. Lou Dort did a really good job, man. Brandon got shut down. I mean, at the end of the day, dog, he got shut down. He got completely shut down, completely embarrassed by and whether that's simply whether you want to put the coaches in that equation in regards to how they use them. I heard AD getting pissed a few times when Lou Dort got out the game and Casey Wiles was on him. He was like, "Why are we having Brandon Ingram dribble the basketball right now?" But listen, man, at the end of the day, look, I'm about like the fact of the matter, and the fact of the matter is, you would do. Brandon's a guy that's up for an extension. He's a guy that you can't let Lou Dort out physical you. You can't let Lou Dort bully you in some stretch. You can't let Lou Dort dominate and take you away pretty much from the entire series to where you can't find a way to contribute offense. I mean, he had 20 points in one game, but I think it was a blowout. It just was, it was terrible. And they needed him, even with all the things he had against him, to come out and find a way to make it happen. And he didn't. So, tonight was no different than a lot of the other games. Lou Dort was simply the better player. It got mental at one point. Lou Dort dominated him, and that's sad because I don't know where Lou Dort falls as a perimeter defender in basketball. But is he top 3? Is he? Would you say he's top 5?
I think Lou Dort deserves a max contract extension. He made his career in this series.
Yeah, but I mean, even still, no matter how good of a defender he is, Brandon should not have put. I don't even want to see what the series stats are. I know they are god awful. The shooting splits are god awful. It was terrible, man. It was absolutely horrible. So, hope he gets healthy, man, and whether he's a Pelican next season or not. A lot of people, including him, need to look themselves in the mirror and really, really self-assess how they are going to improve and either help this franchise or the next franchise that they're a part of next year going forward.
Finish the before you see Chaz. Finish the series shooting 34.5% from the field, 25% from deep on 2 attempts. Average 14.3 points per game with 3.5 assists. Go ahead, Chaz.
Well, I wasn't disappointed at all because I knew Brandon wasn't a very good player. So I had my expectations were really low. But I'm going to talk about what actually did disappoint me before I speak about Brandon. And JV, brother, I tip my 40 to your memory, brother. Tip my 40 to your memory. Job well done. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the professionalism. I wasn't always a fan, but once I adopted him, brought him to my home, he seemed to turn his life around. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of how he battled tonight because it seems like JV was getting to the free throw line, rebounding. He made Chet earn his money. I say that he made Chet earn his money. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of not earning your money. I was traveling the other day. I was flying, and the flight was delayed due to thunder. And I met, but we sitting on the tarmac, right? All this is relevant. I'm sitting on the tarmac, and I met this incredible female artist. She plays the guitar as well. I'm gonna play a little something. Hold y'all, man.
I'm sorry that I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't wanna go to Arizona. I'm sorry that I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't wanna go. I'm sorry that I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't wanna go to Arizona. I'm sorry that I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't wanna go.
What the?
Yes.
That shit went on way longer than it should have.
But yeah, man. Look, Chris said this. Chris, what's funny? Like, and I'm gonna keep it real. It don't matter what any of us say tonight. There's no amount of words that will like do service to like, yo, this motherfucker's back need to be kicked in. Like he needs he needs like, I'm trying to think of like, cause you gotta keep it in a way to where it ain't personal at all, because it's like it's a game at the end of the day. But it needs to be like, oh, before I lose this thought, he was 2 for 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7.
Come on.
Y'all hear that? Yo, I gotta quit. I gotta stop doing this, bro. You know how you get to a point where you're just too good. Like that's where this shit is getting. That's where this shit is getting. This is crazy to me. The signs are fucking everywhere. But yeah, he was terrible. He was terrible. And you know what's funny? He probably played himself into a new contract. That's how terrible he was. This motherfucker, you know how like you watch space movies and the motherfucker's like, he goes so deep into the earth that he's like in the upside down. That's Brandon is in the upside down. Y'all, somebody clip this part. Brandon was so bad, you couldn't give this motherfucker away. Like, that's how terrible he was. He was unbelievably terrible. I don't care how bad I thought Brandon was. Like, in going into the season, and I thought he was bad. But Jesus, like, you ain't got no choice but nobody gonna answer your calls. You know what Brandon you talking about? For the Pelicans, it's over. He was so terrible, bro. And you know what's funny? To me, this summed up the game. Motherfucker had 6 points in the fourth. I was like, okay, that's about par for the course. That seems right. Seems normal. So Chet, he goes down, hits a 3. Chet looked like the tall man from the Conjuring series, but he goes down, he hits the 3, right? Brandon comes down, mid-range. This can't read the moment at all. It's like 4 minutes left.
For me, Chaz, it was when Dort's giving him, like, Chris, you called out the play. I like the shots right there. I mean, Dort's literally giving him the baseline turnaround jumper, whatever, and he goes once, doesn't do it, goes twice, and then skips it to Naji Marshall. And
you know that's
shout
called.
out to not. He was I'd like to say mental.
We can't shout out Naji. We can't shout out Naji yet. We gotta stay here. We can't move on yet. That's called living in fear. He was living in fear. Look, I had a tweet and I said, I don't care if he go 13 for 36. I just want him to show signs of life.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm so disappointed. And it ain't even all right. The shot's not falling. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're not 100%. I'm not even tripping off that. Dog, you quit. You gave up. Like you did not have any care, concern. There was nothing that you did to let me know, damn, dog, like he really I don't know, bro. Like Chris was saying, like Lou Dort can't be that good a defender. He absolutely cannot be this good a defender. It is no way you allow this to happen. This is probably one of the most disappointing times I've ever been as a fan of the game. Like, regardless if the Pelicans were my team or weren't my team, just to see a player with what I feel like the ability that he has to allow himself to be held captive like this, it was
unacceptable. Lito, it was unacceptable.
Ace Hood. Look,
unacceptable.
Justin, he could get you a few games. He can get you a game, but he can't, you can't let Ace Hood embarrass you, man. And that's the problem. He got embarrassed every game. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he got embarrassed every game. I don't care about what the stats look like for game 3. He got embarrassed every game. And that's not to say that he's the only one, but he's the only one in which it looked that awful with that kind of spotlight and was needed in the way in which he was. It was terrible.
Can I ask you something? So, we all saw the game or the series and how it went. And Lou Dort was extremely physical. He was just giving him no space. So, what, Ross, I'll start with what is something he should have done differently? The screening wasn't working. I mean, don't get me started on off-ball screening. Jesus Christ. What is something that you wanted to see different then? Because it was the same thing over and over and over.
Go ahead.
The NBA TV broadcast, I ended up accidentally being on that broadcast because I watched via League Pass.
Yeah.
And as soon as I'm on the broadcast, the first thing that the dude said, I don't even know who was on there. He said he obviously cannot get past Lou Dort one-on-one. They either got to put him on a block, but he's not moving Lou Dort because of Lou Dort's strength is like Drew Holiday, right, in a sense. If you ever watch Drew kind of defend the post against bigger players. So he said your best option is what we talked about in game 1. A couple pin down screens, a couple actions like that to free Brandon up to get him into his shots. That didn't matter. Tonight, even when he got a couple of comfortable shots, he still wasn't able to convert them. But maybe those were a couple of things that they could have done. It just,
So they tried, Ross, they tried a back screen. They just simply switched it. What I couldn't understand is they started fronting JV right in the post with Chet. And I know they tried to do this screen. It worked one time. And then OKC adjusted. All you got to do is weak side corner, flash high post. You go high, low. They just make it so hard. Like they did it one time. It was in mid-November where Dyson Daniels flash high post. He threw it out of bounds, but the look was there. You never saw that. I mean, there was a second row. You never saw
that was probably the last time Dyson played.
It probably was.
Yeah.
You just didn't see that. But go ahead about
Justin, because they don't want to do that. They haven't.
What do you mean? They don't want to score?
I don't
want to fucking score.
No, I question whether they want to. Sometimes I question whether they want to get the best attempt to score possible. I absolutely question that, and I'm not trying to be funny. I don't think there's an impetus to make it as easy as possible to score points.
They scored 83 times.
I don't think we got to 90 either game at home.
Who's that on, Ross?
For not changing anything from what was very clear in the first half of the first game, to just do the same shit basically for 4 games goes back to coaching for me. You didn't tinker with any lineups. You said you were going to get more shooting out there. You didn't do it. You didn't change the type of everybody kept talking about it, but we didn't run more pin downs for Brandon. We didn't do any of that stuff. The only thing we did a little bit more of was get the ball to JV in certain situations, but it was because we weren't going to score any other way. Hell, we weren't scoring even doing that. It's coaching. This is a poorly coached team. We got out coached. We got out hustled. We got out strategied. We got their bench played better. Their starters played better. They made better. They made more changes. More, I can't think of one thing we did. Their fans were better than ours. Everything. Everything. This is just a poorly coached team. It's a low IQ team. Even just take how the last 6 minutes were a perfect microcosm of the season. 83-82 with 6 minutes, a little more than 6 minutes left. They go on a 14-7 run, end up winning the game by 8, but don't let that fool you. They went on a 14-2 run. They went on a 14-2 run in the last 6.5 minutes. The only 2 buckets, Brandon, I think, made a bucket with like 2.5 minutes left. CJ got 2 layups inside of 30 seconds when they weren't guarding us anymore. The game was over. They were just letting the game end out. They went on a 14-2 run in the last 6 minutes of the game at home. You can say whatever you want to say. Like this coach is lost. He's lost, dude. He's in prison in these situations, and he don't know how to get out.
Justin.
What?
I'm gonna kick open the door to the Oval Office, and I'm gonna chop that motherfucking desk in half.
Nah, dog. You can't go 2 for 14. You can't do it, and then you cannot get, bro.
So then talk about it. So
last
it's more players than coaches? Is it coaches and players or players and coaches?
It was everything, Justin. It wasn't just one particular thing. It was everything. It was equal parts of everything, dog. But this is my point. Lou Dort can't lock you up and then score more points than you on the other side. This happened multiple times. Like this happened. Lou Dort outscored him multiple times this series. Lou Dort.
Damn. I didn't even think about that.
Kung Fu Kenny.
Hey, you know what
Dort,
though? We was talking about disappointment. We ain't bring this up last pod. I don't want to harp on this too long, but JV said something after the last game that was kind of like, it was baffling to me. I was pretty disappointed to hear him say that. He said we weren't prepared for their intensity. And I thought in a game 3, like,
yeah, that was bad. We didn't. Well, now he said something like we didn't expect him to play that hard.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Excuse me.
I missed that. That's crazy.
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
Well,
maybe you should say. You know what? I'm gonna stop.
Can I say one last thing before I mean, we can continue talking about it, but like the more I watched and the more I saw too, was like going back to the Dort and Brandon thing. Like he didn't even try that hard to, like, you know what I'm saying? There's certain times where defenders are really successful, or maybe they give you a look that you just hadn't seen, or whatever it is, right? Like you've seen Patrick Beverley give guys problems, but it's hyperactivity. It's being a pest. It's like you're doing all this other shit. I don't really feel like Dort even played that hard. Like I don't feel like I don't think he like taxed himself to just totally take Brandon out of a game.
Because there's no off-ball fucking movement, Ross. I could guard him too. There's no movement. Just run him off screens. Like you tried to do one screen. Hold up. Stop. Every time Trey Murphy would go screen, it'd be a go screen. So you're not screening there. JV is, bless his heart, I absolutely love him, not a great screener. The only guy that got, I'm gonna pause it right now. The only guy that got Dort off of Brandon was Herb Jones. Herb Jones was your best screener of the series. He's your best defender. He had to be your best three-point shooter. He's literally your entire team. You're depending on Herb Jones to carry you through the playoffs. And we haven't talked about CJ McCollum. Well, we got to talk about CJ McCollum too. But it's just the little things these teams just don't do. For instance, with 8 minutes left, you had one timeout. You challenged a block charge call in the first quarter, with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. You're setting yourself up for failure when you do that. This is the play you challenge? Because I do vividly remember when Brandon, I think it was either late third or early fourth. No, I think it was fourth quarter. There was a questionable 50-50 out of bounds call when OKC was on a run. We had no challenges, so you couldn't challenge it because you wasted a challenge on a block charge call, which is literally the hardest call in all of sport to make. And that's the shit that drives me insane. We're going to talk about Jordan Hawkins. We're going to talk about like all this different kind of stuff, but it's just like they don't fucking run plays for Trey Murphy. So Trey Murphy, hey, just go in the corner or just do your go screen. Like, it's just the simple things that they don't do well. We can't make a fucking entry pass. For the love of Christ, if I have to see us enter the ball from the post to the top of the key instead of just fucking taking 2 dribbles over to the left, bouncing it in and going from there. I mean, this is high school shit I'm talking about. You lay catch it from the top of the key. We're floating it to the left or right blocks. Just dribble the ball over. And then if Chet plays on over the top of the side or on the top side of JV, you flash weak side, you go high-low.
Okay, Justin. I know you were diving into your basketball bag, and I appreciate your ability as a coach, but accountability is accountability here on this
that was
show.
nasty. That's why I had to do this.
Give me a second. Put your mask on.
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you.
I don't know what I said. Go ahead, Chad.
Justin, this the last show of the season. I need you to calm down, okay? All right, I need you to calm down. It's the last show of the season. I'm gonna have some fun. All right, this is our last live show of the season.
I'm gonna have fun. Of course,
at home. We gonna have fun. It's over with now. We got a whole offseason to talk about the same shit we talked about last offseason, all over again. You know, like we got nothing but time. We got the rest of May, June. You know what I mean? July.
August, September.
Back in October. Chad, so we're talking CJ McCollum a little bit. Do you want to talk a little bit of CJ?
We can speak about CJ, but before we get there, I'm just like, I appreciate because this has been an ongoing thing with the coaches all season, right? And I do appreciate that perspective, but it's like, look, Wahab posted this, right? Now, quick story. 2 days ago, I went to trademark this. I went to USPS trademark thing, and it had been trademarked in 2023 by Lou Dort. I was going to trademark this and sell these shirts, right? Well, I was going to try to license it to the OKC Thunder. I know somebody that worked at OKC Thunder. So I was going to try to license it to them. It's easier to talk about what the coaches could have did and, you know, how physical it is and what the refs didn't do. It's easy to do that, but the bottom line is Brandon stinks. He stinks. He stinked the majority of the season. This is 38 games. 38 games that he scored under 20 points. And if I'm not mistaken, this is about his 5th or 6th single-digit game. Sometimes a motherfucker just stink. Like, sometimes it don't matter. Like, okay, let's say they do screen for Brandon. Brandon's not fast enough for a screen to matter. Brandon's slow. And if you do think he just fucking slow. He was slow before he got hurt. He's slow now. He ain't have no handle before he got hurt. He ain't got no handle.
But
now.
Usually Brandon plays better without Zion. Zion plays without Brandon.
But here's the thing. Versus OKC in the regular season, he had 12 points on 9 shots. They just made him quit. They made him quit. He quit. He knew he got benched against the Lakers. So not that he
fuck us. Look at
Brandon
this shit.
all season, Brandon excelled at punching us. But all season, Brandon excelled at punching down. When there was a bad team, me and Ross spoke about this. It's a bad team. He's going to shoot 13 threes. There's a bad team. It was like the Wizards. They're going to sub him back in the game so he could chase a triple-double or he could chase points. Against good teams, he got punched in his mouth and he went sat down somewhere. Versus Lou Dort, it don't matter what they would have done. And here's the thing. Willie Green is here because of Brandon. Brandon has changed the offense 3 times already this season. This is Brandon. This is how he wants to play. Even on the foul, he got fouled by, I think it might have been Shea. Kick it to on top of the key. This is in the 4th quarter. Wide open 3. Wide the fuck open 3. Top of the key. Up fakes. Shea bites. He dribbles in, gets 5, go to the line. It's a wide open 3. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
You know the one play that drove me insane. It drove me insane. We get a baseline drive. Jordan Hawkins hadn't played in 3 years. Get the baseline drive, go corner. The ball hits Brandon. Jordan Hawkins look, whatever he was, he's 0 for 2. I don't care. There was nobody within 15 feet of him, and Brandon Ingram, to your point, Chaz, shoots that one. It's like, dude, it's okay if you're struggling. Like, I get it. Like, you don't want to shoot the 3. Give it to Jordan Hawkins, who's standing by himself.
Not only that,
the place was ready to explode for the kid. It was his birthday too.
Have a 20. Oh, damn! Happy
birthday! Looked him off on his birthday.
Damn. But Brandon doesn't have a 20 shot attempt game in this series. Like he was comfortable quitting. And that's why I hated that narrative when the Pelicans was winning and Brandon wasn't really shooting. It was like, what he winning? Firstly, he was playing like shit. So when he plays like shit, he stops shooting the ball. So that's what happened. He was playing like shit. He played like shit again in this series, and he got, it ain't nothing nobody could have done for him. Because Brandon, what I'm saying, let's say you got Brooke Lopez out there fucking screening. Brandon got all the space. It take a half a step to catch up to Brandon. He's so slow. He's not an explosive finisher. He's not about to rise above a motherfucker and just flush it on him. He gonna be right there. Chet gonna be waiting on him. J-Dub gonna be waiting on him. Even Trey had 3 fucking blocks. It ain't like Brandon was just this menace on the boards. He wasn't this menace defensively. He wasn't this menace facilitating. He just played like an old man. Like he just
Well, speaking of pace, Lugo, what, Lito? Are we still talking about him?
Yes, we are. Yeah, Justin. We still
got
about
to.
Him. What you mean?
I mean, we have the whole offseason to do this shit. I mean, Jordan Hawkins played 4 minutes tonight. It was electric. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was the greatest 0 for 2 performance I've seen in decades. Go, Lito.
Hey, Justin, you ever been out of town? You ever been out of town and like you ever go to a club and the girl asks you how long you be there for, and you be like, I only got tonight.
Yeah,
Justin, this shit happened tonight. We talking about this shit tonight, Justin. We went. My man went 5 for 17. He went 5 for 10. He went 7 for 14, and then he finished it off with a 2 for 14. What you mean we not talking about? No, we absolutely are talking about this. Shout out to Shane for that comment. I said we literally talked about the same thing with Zion Williamson. We said Zion he's not excelling because he's not been put in spots to perform on the basketball floor. Nothing is being run for him. He blah 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 whatever. Dog, the same thing for Brandon for me. Brandon has all his skill. He has all these intangibles on the offensive end. He has the height. He has the shooting pocket, and none of that mattered. You telling me all this work you put in the offseason, all these things we hear Brandon's a tireless worker. He's doing this. He's working on that. He's doing that. What the fuck was that then?
Hey, by the way, before
somebody answer that, man. He wants to know where it was.
The comments.
Somebody answer that, man.
If you're new here, guys, so we have 5 in the room. Make sure you smash the like button. Y'all support has been incredible. We were going to talk about all the fans that support us throughout the year. Y'all have been absolutely incredible at the end of the year, or at the end of the show. Super chats, I see a bunch of them. We're going to answer them at the end of the show, so appreciate the super chats. If you're new here, subscribe. We usually pull up a lot of comments, so if you want to jump in the chat, please do so. Also, hit the bell notification. Go ahead, Ross. How to say that?
What am I? I don't even know what I'm talking. You want me to talk about this bum some more?
Okay. Well, keep going. I guess. Yeah.
He's a bum. He's been a bum he's a bum. Trade him.
I like
Get him out of here.
What
do you? It's just look. If we learned, if there was you want me to be positive? This is the only positivity I have. There can be no excuse now. There can be no excuse. The ceiling, you've seen the ceiling with this collection of players. You've seen it. There's nothing hidden anymore. There is no this, that, or the other. Willie Green's inexperienced. We were injured. There's none of it anymore. You got this one guy who's on an expiring contract, doesn't fit with the rest of the roster. It is time to make changes. David Griffin gets a pass over and over and over again for his inactivity. He's asleep at the wheel. It's time. You have to change this roster up. You cannot wait. It's time. There's no. Don't sit here and fuck around with this whole like, well, let's see how it goes to the All-Star. No, we don't play the young guys that we draft. Dyson clearly hasn't developed enough where they trust him to do anything at all on a play. He don't even get 4 minutes that Hawkins got. He gets none. I mean, Dyson could have just hung out. Hell, he could have done anything he wanted. He didn't need to show up. Yeah, he could have come and just being chatted on the microphone because he wasn't gonna play. I mean, hell, Josh Giddey is going to college bars in between games.
There we go.
They don't even they don't even take us serious. Like I'm telling you that this team didn't even tax themselves to sweep you. They didn't even overexert themselves to do this. They were looking. They all got on like all of them on the damn post game. 6 people on the microphone after the games laughing. Jalen Williams in the middle of the game, the other one, the backup center, not the good one, is laughing in the middle of the game. Like they don't even take you serious. That's how little threat this group, this non-Zion group, that's how little of a threat they are to anybody. Period. Make some fucking changes. God damn, I don't want to watch this shit anymore.
Speaking of which, Chris, I want you. Go ahead, Chris. Go. Okay.
Well, no, I was going to ask. This might have been the last Naji Marshall game that we've seen in a Pelicans uniform.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit of Naji?
Absolutely. Love to talk about some Naji.
Look, man. You know, we've had I remember the first game Naji played as a Pelican. I remember someone who covered the school or covered the college that he played at over at Xavier and gave me a scout report on him. And I remember it was the end of, it was vintage Pelicans, end of the year, two-way guy playing, undrafted guy playing, it just was what it was. And I think this was before Zion got hurt. And pretty much ever since then, I think he got off to like a slow start, had a couple slow, couple bad games. But ever since then, Naji, if it wasn't anything else, you weren't going out tough Naji. You weren't going to punk Naji. You know what I'm saying? You weren't going to out effort Naji. And no matter whether he had played 20 games in a row or he was on the bench for a period and you called his number, he was always ready to play. I feel like this is his last game as a part of, this organization, and good for him. I hope that I'm pretty confident that he's going to go out and make some money and get a bag. Yep. And I think, he's put in the work to get it. Me and Chaz, I've referenced this a few times. We did a show way in offseason about this being his year to prove something. And pretty much only thing he had to do was be an average to good corner 3-point shooter. And he did it. Tonight was another example. He was one of the reasons that they were in this game and had a chance to win the game. He's not perfect. We've talked about his flaws. We've been critical of him, of this show in regards to his placement on a team that plans on going somewhere, so on and so forth. But Naji has won a lot of games, or helped win a lot of games for this team. He ain't back down for nothing to nobody. He improved this game. And what his limitations athletically or, his skill set, he always came out and gave. You never had to worry about Naji quitting. He embraced the city, embraced the people. Shout out to his brother who then tapped in with a lot of us on Twitter, Craig always been a solid dude. You know what I'm saying? So if this is the end for Naji, he's the type of dude that, 10 years from now, those are us that's still talking about this team, that's still talking about role players, people that get it out the mud, people that got to hustle for some shit, work for something. Naji, the type of people that we will still remember. Pelicans fans, faithful, will still be talking about. Salute to Naji, whether he's a Pelican or he goes somewhere else and gets the money that I think he's worked for and deserved.
I'm with that. I'm so proud of Naji. I hope wherever he goes, he gets paid. He deserves it. I remember watching Naji play basketball. I remember my first time watching him hoop, and I thought to myself, I saw him play at Xavier, but an undrafted guy, you really just don't know how people games go translate to the NBA. But he always had some guard-like ability when she was the point guard at Xavier, right? So I remember this tweet I got killed for. I said, man, Naji Marshall done stole Josh Hart bag. And people were like, yo, you crazy. What are you talking about? Like he's not they never gonna pick Naji Marshall over Josh Hart. And not to say they did or they didn't, but I'm saying just to see the evolution of Naji from a rookie to where he is now. I don't remember what he ended the season at, but he was shooting at 40-something% at one point from three. And Justin, we sat down with him. Shout out to us, Justin. Shout out to us for asking the important questions, because we sat down with Naji in the offseason in media day, and he told me specifically, he said, this has been the best shooting summer of my career.
Yeah, he did.
He told me that. He said, I have something to prove. He said, I'm going to show people that I can shoot the basketball. And he literally came out and did it. He started off to a slow start. He got off to a slow start for the season, but man,
because remember that knee injury, man. He had a scary knee injury in that preseason game. I think, where was that, in Birmingham?
I think so.
It was like a hyperextension. But maybe that could have caused a slow start.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Naji though. Hope to see him get generational wealth for his family.
Yeah, Chad, you want to talk about Naji?
I thought he played well tonight. I thought he had a couple good games this series. I think he's about to go out and get a piece of that MLE money. Seems to be a fan of Detroit, so it'll be interesting to see where he goes. And I hope he get paid, man. I hope he get that Bruce Brown bread, and just keep pushing forward, man. Keep doing this thing. But big shout out to Naji and his improved shooting.
Yeah, so there's a clear difference tonight. We got to talk about Jordan Hawkins. It was just this was my gripe the whole time.
What do you even want to talk about? We played 4 minutes.
Stop. Exactly.
Talk about the popcorn lady she played as much.
You could have done this all year. Just played Jordan 4 minutes, 4 to 7 minutes a night, and I thought they played. Ross, they played with a certain type of pace tonight where I thought they were actually generating easy looks. So from what I remember, Jordan missed a layup, but then JV tip in. Then Hawkins rimmed out an in and out 3. Then Larry Nance got an easy drop off pass from Trey. Then Brandon got an easy corner 3, and they got stops with Hawkins. He played 4 minutes. You never went back to it.
Why? And what do we have? 2 draft picks this year? Don't we have 2?
We have 2. We have a spot, right?
Whatever we have. Don't draft anybody else. It ain't even their fault. Just don't make some college kids suffer by coming here. Just go somewhere else where you go play. They're going to develop you. You got a chance to make an impact. Don't. Those kids deserve better.
They got that man swept on his birthday.
He said we're going to try and get more shooting out there, and we gave the more shooting he was referring to 3 minutes and 43 seconds of neutral basketball. I mean, what's he supposed to do? What is Jordan Hawkins supposed to do? You don't even give it a chance.
The pressure on those shots, by the way, is probably like Game 7 of the finals. Like you had to make every shot.
You don't even give it a chance. Like it's just crazy to me. You were down 0-3. Like we didn't even leave this series saying like, well, at least we got Dyson and Hawk like some meaningful minutes. Like at least we saw what a playoff situation might be able to look like. We saw them rise to the occasion or totally fall flat on their face or say, man, they were more prepared than we thought, or they weren't. Like we didn't even – I mean, how on earth tonight do you not play those guys – like those guys combined more than 3 minutes? How? What is the justification? So that you could play Brandon 39? He was awful. He was the worst player in the series. It's just crazy to me. We did shit all year that didn't make sense, and now here we are. Even at the end, it's like we can't get. He just refuse this. The arrogance and the refusal to change anything is mind numbing. It's crazy.
I mean, I know Jose had like 3 steals tonight, but he shot. He was.
I don't know what Jose was doing out there.
He shot. Hold up. Right now. He shot 7%.
He was 1 for 4.
He shot 7% from deep in 4 games against OKC.
Hey man, KTSE. Look, say it all. can say it all season. Jose, the Larrys of the world, them dudes is, situational at best. And this game, is really all about, truthfully, it's really just all about Brandon. Like with this series, it's really because it ain't like, again, like a motherfucker, he just out here going 7 for 38 every night and like going out like Darren Fox. It's like, no, he quit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he quit 4 games in a row. And it's no like, it don't really matter if let's say Jordan Hawkins played 30 minutes. It's like, so what? Like fuck, you know what I'm saying? It's his birthday, but and it's the process. But it's like Dyson and his contemporary J-Dub. Dyson was the total antithesis. This motherfucker didn't get off the bench. Meanwhile, J-Dub hitting back-to-back threes, getting steals on, ironically, Brandon, going coast to coast. It's like, bro, there probably isn't a single team in the league right now with multiple players that aren't better than Brandon Ingram.
This comment right here is gonna make me go crazy. Ross, and I'm not SJ, appreciate you bringing this to my attention. Ross Willie said in his post game, he was pushed and said the other guys earned it and that our D is what was keeping us in. So he leaned into it. That's pretty
Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you.
You didn't have to read it. We can all read it.
Well, no, I'm supposed to. So there was a guy, shout out to, he wanted me to read the comments because he listens to us. He has no idea the comments that we're addressing. So I had to read that. Sorry, Chris.
Fair enough.
Jordan
just
Hawkins,
would not have to not hear that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Jordan Hawkins should have, he was fine defensively with that group. They were playing free. They were generating good looks. So what I don't understand is how he said he didn't earn it. Like he did. He didn't. When he was on the floor, he did nothing wrong. Like, this is my thing. You're going to penalize him for missing 2 shots. Do you understand how hard that is to play for? Like, I'm telling you right now, Jordan Hawkins, like, I've seen him make this layup. Summer League, when he was playing a lot, like, he rimmed out in and out a layup. But my point being is, like, it was a really easy look.
Should have done
His 3 was a really easy look. You were playing with pace. He should have had 2 rebounds. He was attacking the rim. And then the space that CJ McCollum had, and Trey Murphy, and like Hawkins and Trey spacing out the defense. Because what drives me insane is the comment said the defense kept us in the game. Our offense kept OKC in the game. Dude, this is what's insane to me. Our offense was like that. Like, if you're just average tonight, you win by 12, 14. Our offense kept them in the game because they had Jose Alvarado, which they didn't really pay attention to. Like, they had Larry Nance shot like a left wing 3. That's literally playing into their hands.
I think first of all, you had a whole series of 1998 ass scores. You had Detroit Pistons basketball in the final scores in 2024. I think the most important thing, though, Justin, is this.
What do you feel like, an adjustment you guys can make if Dort's just going to be, like kind of right in your jersey or Jalen Williams or whatever?
Let him do it. We'll be ready. I'll be ready. Let him do it.
He lied.
They weren't ready.
Lie.
Golden opportunity for you to play that god awful sound clip, Chaz, that you just missed.
Oh no, I had another sound clip. I'm like, I can't play it. It was a Funk Flex sound clip, but I was like, you know what? Again, bro, to Lito's point, it's like, there aren't enough bad things we can say. It's like, I almost feel like there's a level, like a Super Saiyan level, we got to take it to, that there's just no excuse for how bad he played, bro. Like, and then some of our guys, needed to play better. Some of our guys, you say, not I needed to play better. Not I'm going to step it up. Nah, he just, bro, I said this on the show before. The dude's a cancer, bro. He's a team cancer. this team, if this team is still in New Orleans a couple years from now, he's going to be a big reason why this team hasn't been successful. When you look, no, and I'm serious because, bro, you're not like who you think Zion gonna stay here? What superstar you gonna recruit to come here? Willie Green, he isn't good. So, like, where's the extra money coming from? Where's the influx of external money coming from with this organization? This team gonna be in motherfucking. They're gonna be the Tijuana Pelicans. Hey, shout out to Carl. Carl 2 for 2, man.
What you know about that?
Two things. One, and I want to go back to the Hawk thing real quick because it's just crazy. Even Willie's response in the post game to me that the other guys that earned it, the defense was keeping us like. That's fine if it's the middle of game 2. It's game 4. You haven't scored 90 points yet. And you're playing hey, slap hands. You played great defense in 3 of those 4 games. You played great defense in 3 of those 4 games, and you fucking lost. Yeah. This is what I mean by the arrogance and the unwillingness to change anything. You're accepting. You couldn't play defense any better than you played in game 1, and you lost. And you played basically the exact same game tonight that you played in game 1, and you lost. You're not going to get different results.
It's the definition of insanity. You literally just
Jose Alvarado almost got shut out for the series, and you continued to play him tonight, like over a guy that maybe could have shot you back into a game or could have hit a couple big threes. It's nonsense. This whole thing is nonsense. And moving to the Brandon thing, I mean, I'm sure you guys all saw the clip yesterday of Karl Towns like publicly in a post game, like handing whatever you might think, right? And Karl Anthony Towns has made all-star games, okay? Handing the keys and basically saying, no, if we're going to do anything, Ant is going to be the reason we did something. I think he's the best player in the league. I think he's the leader. All this, that, and the other. Could you ever imagine? Well, you can't. Well, I guess you maybe could imagine Brandon doing it. He doesn't get on the podium, but maybe 2 or 3 times a year. But so he's never going to be able to do it publicly. But think about that. That's a guy that has accomplished more in his career than Brandon ever would, that sees the future of their franchise and wants to be part of winning. To get up there and say that, like, that's how you bring a team together. That's how you sort of like. Let me stop.
You know what? We got to do super chats. I'm playing Company Burger. Wait, hold up. Let me get the Company Burger fucking commercial up here.
Clown show.
Company Burger is the official burger of Pro Pels Talk and Boot Crew Media. Located at 4600 Ferret Street, Company Burger has been locally owned and operated for 11 years. Grind the meat, bake the buns, make the mayo, get the homemade tots. Company Burger uses Creekstone Farms prime beef to create the best burger in the city with milkshakes to go and a full bar. Company Burger is open every day besides Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Can't make it out? No worries, we have you covered. You can order online right now at thecompanyburger.com or check them out on the Toast or Uber Eats app. Company Burger, the official burger of Boot Crew Media. All right, make sure you smash that like button. Let's do some super chats. Aramis, you've been one of the best supporters of his last couple of years, man. Thank you for all of your support. I know we didn't have Zion, but getting swept like this is crazy. Joe, once again, another dude, or
shout out
maybe
Joe.
girl, no clue, but appreciate all the super chats throughout the entire year. Michael Brown, and some of you BI fans said that this bum is better than Anthony Edwards. Laugh out loud, get the fuck out of here. Lito, you want to address that one?
Who said that?
He talked to the stands.
No. Oh, okay. I was about to say, y'all gotta, that's crazy. I don't know how you say that. Even if you a stan, dog. Even if you a stan, how you say that?
He ain't better than Anthony Bennett.
My God.
Like,
Joe got swept by the number one team. I know this is sarcastic. Joe got swept by the number one team in the West, guys. Without ZBI was dealing with an injury. Give the guys credit. They fought hard. We should run it back and give BI as much money as humanly possible. Chris, do you want to?
Humanly possible. Justin, no, but I do want to ask you, where are Creekstone Farms?
Chris, I tried to get him to tell us last pod.
I have no idea. I mean, look, Adam just wrote the commercial and I just read it, man.
Who's Adam?
He's the owner of Company Burger, of the Company Burger.
Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Adam and shout out to Fitness Father.
No, Fitness Daddy.
That's worse. That's
Mike O.
Creekstone Farms is in Arkansas.
Okay,
City,
Chaz.
Kansas.
There you go. Mike O, appreciate the super chat, $20. KD could be available at bargain this summer, Chaz. We could use a playoff bucket. Just saying.
I'm gonna keep it real. I think KD and BI would love to play for the same team, and leave it at that. You know, you can interpret that however you want to interpret it. I think them boys got a lot in common, and I think because all KD do is lie. Yeah, I'll be watching some of his moves, and let me keep it a buck. KD a fucking loser. I don't want KD on this team. KD is a loser. I would take him over Brandon on the team, but KD's a fucking loser. KD's bad luck. Everywhere he goes, he's the common denominator. If a motherfucker's the common denominator, he's the motherfucking problem. You brought your jinky ass to the Nets, they fell off. You brought your jinky ass to the Suns, they fell off. And the next time you bring your jinky ass somewhere, they're going to fall off too. And this motherfucker's wearing number 7 with the Nets. I don't want his jinky bum ass coming over here with his unkept fucking fade, and he looks ridiculous. I don't want 2 homeless players being KD and fucking inversed KD, because this motherfucker's the total opposite of Kevin Durant. I don't want them 2 on the same team. Send them somewhere so they can go together, and let's get Devin Booker or somebody. KD is a loser. I don't even like how KD talks. I don't like nothing about KD no more. KD he did irreparable damage to his legacy. He's a loser. And the last thing I care about is who a motherfucker who got swept twice wanted to play with. Kyrie was playing through Ramadan. He ain't had no food, no beverages, no potato chips, no nothing. Bust the Celtics ass. KD brought his old off-injured scrawny ass out there, ain't do a fucking thing. I don't want this bum nowhere near the building. Send this other bum Brandon to go play with that bum, and they could be bums together. They could be just 2 grouches living in the trash can together. Get these. I don't want these bums in the building. If it ain't Devin Booker, I don't care. I'm done. I'm done lying about Kevin Durant.
Oscar caught a stray there. That's fucked up. That's cool.
Joe, what's the other super chat? Joe Ross, blow it up.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah.
That's good.
What, Chris?
Blow it up.
Oh yeah.
I'm fucking like. Doing my job, man. Reading the comments.
It's a freaky ass show, man.
You absolutely have to make significant changes this summer. Like significant changes have to be made. Brandon, at a minimum, I think you need to. If there's collateral damage associated with getting Brandon off the roster, so be it. And then I think the rush to move CJ, that might be just a little rash. But if Brandon's got to go and whatever collateral damage comes with that, so be it.
The comments. Can I pull up some of these comments, man? Oh man, frog, freaky frog, you frog.
I would kick open the door to the Oval Office and I would chop that motherfucking desk in half.
Oh shit, that's my favorite, man. All right,
hey Justin,
the super chat uplift. What, Leo?
Thank you.
Hey Justin,
man.
What's up, Uplift?
You,
appreciate you, dog. Justin, you know when the season, when I knew the season was going off the rails.
You could call him Caleb.
You called him Uplift.
You could just call him Caleb. Is it?
Caleb. I said Caleb.
I was gonna say it.
It's right there.
It was just easier. It was the first 2, you know what I'm saying?
I just saw the uplift with Caleb. J. Rowe, shout out the uplift.
Justin, you know when the season, when I knew the season was going off the rails, dog? When we was at Summer League, when we was at Summer League and we was watching Dyson Daniels dribble, and everybody kept telling us we was tripping. Like, yo, no, he's good. I'm like, dog, he still can't dribble. No, I mean, he playing well. Dog, he's by himself dribbling the ball off his foot. An NBA player. That man had 8 points. Nah, he killing them. What the fuck are y'all looking at that I'm not seeing?
Man.
I remember watching Dyson and saying, yo, this might be the worst player I've ever seen. But then I saw Brandon this series. So Dyson, you're on borrowed time. You're living on borrowed time. You're just the second worst player I've ever seen. But like Dyson's bad, dog. Damn, Dyson.
It's fucked up that they made Carlo come over here in the middle of the year and like spend time in Birmingham and then wherever. Well, I don't even know where he is anymore. Like they should have let that man spend the rest of the year and wherever he's from with his family.
That motherfucker would have been better.
Could he have even played? Like, could he have actually been out of the roster? Like what was?
Nah, he was a two-way. He was a two-way.
Yeah.
So he wasn't eligible to play in the playoffs.
Thomas, shouts to JV, fan legend. The Lakers sign gonna hurt.
Ooh.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, we keep it a buck. No, it ain't. It's not at all.
Chris, would y'all rather have lost or just lost in the play-in or lost this way in the playoffs?
I don't, bro. I hate these questions. Like, you know, like Dustin, you probably a good dude, man. But
probably,
yeah, like I don't care, man. Like I don't care however they lost. They lost. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It's not about the loss because I mean, at some point they were going to lose eventually. Like it don't. I'm not one of them people to be like, well, you made it this far. Like I would like to see progress, but when you lose, you lose. So for me, it's all about, are they going to have a serious approach, a serious basketball approach that doesn't involve family, character, that has some tough feelings, some tough calls, some real basketball skill set related changes. Are we finally gonna see a rim protector after 5 years? Are we finally gonna see a stretch 5 after 5 years? Just things that I see every other franchise do. Is that possible? I'm not even, you know what? I don't know what they're gonna do with Brandon, CJ. I'm just more concerned about them caring about more. Like, you got a shooting specialist. I watched Isaiah Joe play in every game. You mean tell me Isaiah Joe can play? Isaiah Joe was a journeyman. He might have been doing DoorDash next to Matt Ryan. You know, like Jordan Hawkins need to play. Dyson Daniels a specialist. Play the people that you invested in, find out what they got, invest into them in the offseason, and pick a goddamn direction. And please give this team some shit that they need. Please give them a point guard if you can. Please get them a stretch 5 and or rim protector. Let's be serious about this in the offseason. And maybe the players be more serious. Maybe the coaching staff be more serious. Maybe everybody can. Maybe we be more serious.
Maybe we be more serious.
Joy, compassion. Take it easy, man.
Just so we can make like his offseason, David Griffin's last 2 off seasons. He signed Cody Zeller.
Hi-yow!
He signed Matt Ryan.
Bang! Keep going.
Traded for Josh Richardson by giving up Devontae Graham.
Another one.
4 second-round picks.
The Ross lives. The Ross lives.
No trades this offseason. At what point do you change it up?
DeMarco.
He lied. Y'all need to worship him. Lied.
Okay, Lito, Jock. Appreciate you, Jock. Looked like there was a lot of space on the court when Hawkins checked in my opinion. Jock knows ball.
Bro, Jordan Hawkins was done in January. Like he was.
That's kind of.
Damn.
Especially when you say it with emphasis. Yeah. That's
Shrugged it off too.
Yeah.
We need a video for this, Lito.
This is a freaky show, bro. It ain't no need, bro. I promise. Can somebody answer the question?
I ain't who that question.
Yeah.
It was Toledo. You know what, Lito? Time has expired. Is this y'all's last? No, this is not our last episode.
We ain't going nowhere.
No, we're literally going nowhere. We're gonna do Sunday night shows. I think we'll probably take off the week and then maybe possibly do a Sunday night show. But
Need all the Pelicans.
Yeah. Donald, appreciate you, man.
Thank you,
All
Donald.
year,
Shout out
bro.
to you.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you,
literally,
Donald.
all year,
you,
Donald.
Donald.
Appreciate you.
Donald might have been in as many post games as we were, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to you, Donald. Tanner, comes down to this. Someone across org, DG, medical, WG, BI himself should have kept BI off the floor.
Can I speak to that? Can I
Yes.
speak to that? See, this is a narrative that I'm really trying to get out in front of because I know that's going to be used a lot, and I'm not going to let it. It's not happening. It's not happening. Like it's not happening. I'm gonna be that motherfucking gorilla in your midst. It's not happening. The man had over 30 games with 20 points or less scored all season. That was before he went down in Orlando. The only thing that was hindering him was he's bad luck. And he came back even more bad luck. Like, that's just not on my motherfucking watch. This man is not a good player. I told y'all this offseason, this man was like fucking Tobias Harris light or something weird like that. It's just who he is. This is what it is what it is. Even some people, like, he led the team in assists. Motherfucker had like a fraction of a percent more than CJ. Like, oh, he took a step back. He took 0.2 less shots than CJ. It's him. He's the common denominator. Look, when he was healthy, what did he do against OKC? Not a motherfucking thing. He did what he did all series. He had 12 points on 9 shots. This is just who the man is. It ain't like, yeah, he's battling a case of lymphoma. He's out there, just nah, man, get the fuck out of here. Ain't nothing wrong with this motherfucking dude. This dude just ain't good like that. That is what it is. He just ain't good like that. The sooner you accept it, the sooner everybody else accept it. But that's not the narrative they're gonna spin. They're gonna say, well, he went out there and he lost his leg in Nam and he was out there fighting and pushing through. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
What?
He lost his leg.
He lost his leg where?
Now.
Well, look, I don't know if y'all know, but Jamal Murray just sent the Lakers home.
He dunked on Brian. It's about that time, Brian.
He dunked on him. Oh,
he dunked on him, and he flexed.
Okay.
And he flexed on him.
That's big time.
And then he made a shot with 4 seconds left, so the Lakers done
to win the game.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
Appreciate you guys for staying consistent with the episodes. Now the season over. What's the first move the Pels should make, Ross? First move.
I was watching that Murray shot. First move the Pels this offseason?
Yeah.
Well, they already botched one because they did I guess last summer, some kind of secret extension with Willie. So we're stuck on that one. But you got to get off Brandon. You got to move Brandon. Move him. Like I said, and whatever collateral damage comes with that, so be it. But we've seen what the ceiling is with him on the roster, even with Zion. I don't care whether Zion's hurt or not. You've seen what the ceiling is. Move him. Get him out of here.
Okay. Thomas, another one, man. Appreciate all your super chats and support throughout the entire year. Lido, Pelicans players always get hurt because they have to fight for every point they get. There's no easy baskets out there. Why?
Man, I think the hurt part, I can't agree with that. I think the training staff has actually done a very good job this year.
Thought so too.
Yeah,
great.
I really can't. I really don't know about that one, Thomas. I do. Listen, I tweeted this a couple of days ago. I mean, shit, I've been tweeting this a lot, but they need a guard, man. You need a guard to give people easy looks. And it's funny. We go to the first thing we do is we go to the center position and we say, you need this, you need that, you need that. And I do understand that is a need, but I feel like if you look at this 1996 ass score, I think that a lot of that would show you that a guard influence would be a great help of this team. You say there's no easy looks, right? Maybe a dynamic guard can get Brandon open because maybe Lou will have to help off and he can, he's able to get into the lane, create looks for himself and others. I think Thomas, to be honest, that's been the problems with the Pelicans the whole season. There is no easy looks. We talk about this often. The identity of the team. What is the foundational blueprint of the team? What can you do when the game slows down for you and they take XYZ away? What can you say? You know what? Well, they can't take this away from us. There's nothing, and that is why you got swept.
Yep. Joe again. That's where you're wrong. There's always an excuse. Oh, Lonzo. Always appreciate you. Space African Jesus. Forget Lily Green. Make Cody Zeller the coach. He's seen all of basketball's battles. And George
All the
Mikan,
time.
legendary. Give him credit.
Wouldn't get any worse.
Okay. Chaz, who's a good fit for this roster?
Some talented people. I think that's an extensive list, BI. I think that's an extensive list, brother. My targets would, of course, there's an array of people, but again, I don't think you got really got the assets to go out there and get nobody, bro. Like, I see 504 deal talking about Nick Claxton. Nick Claxton probably gonna want about 19-20 mil. You still void of talent, like higher upper echelon talent along the perimeter. You need too much, bro. Like at this point, you gotta move a couple of big money guys, man. I like maybe Sagoon, maybe the Jalen Greens of the world, DeJounte. You can get Okongwu, but you got to make several moves. It can't just be one move that's gonna really change things. You got to make several moves, and I think, I really feel like it don't matter who you bring in the building. If Brandon's still on the team, you're gonna end up with the same result. Like, you got to get him out the building, bro. You got to get him out the building. Like, this is like that movie, The Thing. Like, you got to get this motherfucker out the building. Yeah, you got to get him. It's gonna contaminate everybody, bro. Like, he got to get out the building, dog. He got to get out the building. I can't stress this enough. He got to get. Look, he's bitten. He's bitten. Y'all ever watch The Walking Dead? You know what Rick said on The Walking Dead? He said, you either kill or you die, and then you die and you kill. He's bitten. You gotta get him out. You gotta get him out of here. Like, or he go take the whole thing down. It's already happening. It's happening before our eyes. You gotta get this motherfucker out of here. You got
Chris, JH15. Yo, what's up, guys? Got a question. What players do you think Pel should look at this offseason? Plus, do you think JV is back next year?
J Vizzle.
Ain't this the same question?
It is kind of the same question.
Kind of. But we can kind of.
No, well, I mean, I already said, a direction. I mean, I think, I think right now my focus, because I don't believe that there's a center available anymore. I don't believe that there's a center anymore. If they do what some think that they're gonna do and bring Brandon back, I don't think that there's a center anymore that can even try to end up making that work. So, I think if you move on from Brandon, I'm looking at Atlanta. I'm looking at DeJounte Murray in parts.
Okay. Lito, can we get Trae Young?
I'd be done with Trae. I just think if you were to trade for Trae, I don't think you keep CJ either though. It would have to be a real multiple players involved in that deal. But then again, because CJ's salary, I mean, I'm assuming you want to trade Brandon for him. So yeah. And look, this offseason is gonna have a lot of movement. There's gonna be a lot of player movement. So you just never know. Chris said DeJounte. I'd take DeJounte or I prefer DeJounte or Trae. Like, it really wouldn't matter. Like, Trae, I think, average 14 assists. DeJounte can do a little bit of everything also, and he can play defense. The only downfall of Trae is his stature.
Ross, CP3.
I'm laughing because I'm going to take a page out of Chaz's book. I can remember being in a bar with Casey Rowbottom, shout out Casey, buddy of mine, back in college, right after college, and he walks over to me and says, "Hey," points to this group of young ladies, says, "Hey, you like that blonde over there?" And then before I could say yes, he said, "Good, because I'll take anything." And that's how I feel about the Pelicans when we talk about the offseason. I'll take anything.
That was a good one.
Shout out to Casey, man.
Shout out Casey.
You need a guy like Casey, right? Would you like
on your team? Like, that grenade. You see that nice grenade over there? Oh man, you need somebody like that because it ain't me. Shout out, fuck it, I got it. Take it, doing it for the team.
Right.
Shout out Casey.
Okay. CP3, sure. I'll take anything.
I want to bring up an actually important topic. So we're hour 15 in. I think we're gonna go for a couple more minutes. I have a problem. What?
Me too. Me too. Me too.
I had a tweet, and I said, "An ownership raise season ticket prices."
Damn.
60% on some ticket holders. We're talking season ticket holders of 8, 10, 15 years. At what point do we as a fan base deserve better? Because there's no fucking way. And it did on the Saints side too. And everyone's pissed off over there too. But at what point, and we're going to have a show on this, but like at what point do we start saying some stuff? Because
you got to demand. You got to demand it, Justin. Like this isn't a, people only really like the marketplace changes the consumer, man. You know what I'm saying? The people, they're the ones that end up in this situation having a power. But these people we know better than anybody. These people all over Twitter. They all over social media. They all over these things, watching things. But you gotta demand for more. You gotta demand for finally 20 plus years in for this basketball organization to be better, for them to make changes. And when they feel and eventually, I don't care how long it takes, eventually, when they see that the people that are supposed to be coming to the games don't feel away, when they see them people fed up, when they see them people tired, when they see the most positive person that you could think of, that you didn't turn him, a lot of times that's when the changes end up making, bro. Well, it end up being made, because if everything that's critical or every objective thought is being challenged by somebody that's saying, well, 49 wins was a good season and that's it, then they go continue to take advantage and they go continue to pimp you. That's just the way that it is, because it's capitalism at its finest. It's always been that way. So I think it starts at the fan base, dog. You want to talk about one Nola? That like if you really care, if those that are really upset about the ticket prices being raised, so on and so forth, you got to be united in that front as well. You're gonna be paying more next year than the year after that, and the year after that when they choose to make changes.
Hey, my bad, Chaz. First of all, shout out Jeremy, man. He usually in the chat. I don't really see him tonight, but shout out to Jeremy, man. He he held us down. I think Justin and Chris, that point is important because it literally leads back. It literally leads back to something that I continuously talk about, or I want answers to. It is how you, as an organization, give secret contract extensions to your coach when there are tickets sales on the line, and maybe people wouldn't renew those tickets if they knew such and such got an extension for the next year or the next couple of years. You literally take the onus out of people's hands. You kind of playing with their money in a sense, because like, what if I don't feel like I want to see? I'm not speaking on Willie Green at all. I'm saying, what if I don't want to see Coach Smith on the sidelines, right? But you don't tell me that you gave him a contract extension. You just send the fucking extensions out, and then you just take my money, and then you secretly announce it through the news. Like, bro, what?
No, they didn't. Yahoo got it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So they never told you. They never told you. Still, dog. If you don't have the internet, you still don't know.
Yeah. Like the great Project Pat say, I got 2 quotes. One from the great Project Pat. 2 things in my life I ain't never seen before.
What that is?
UFO and a hoe that wouldn't go.
Come on.
It's a pimp hoe relationship. And like my dog 7-8 say, good dude from Milwaukee. See a fool, play a fool. You see a fool, play a fool. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a ton of empathy just because it's like, hey, you get what you deserve in this life. You get what you negotiate. You get what you work for. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're not going to be out there, look, Lakers had one meh season. Motherfuckers out there protesting. Like it was a cop shooting. They literally was protesting. Like out there. No. Team like
Crazy.
5 games above 500. No. This ain't no standards for excellence in this motherfucker. Look, we go to the arena right now, and they'll be like, "Look, just so y'all know, someone move your Nissan Altima. But yeah, the water's out in the arena, so if you're in the restroom, you can't wash your hands. People will be like, oh well, go Pels. It's just they know who they're marketing to. They understand the desperation for people and the loyalty, and they take advantage of that. I think sometimes the fan base itself, you don't want to play into the stereotype that people create for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? They create like how David Griffin speaks to the fan base. He feels like he's smarter than everyone. He feels like he can manipulate everyone. And if you play into that hand, then you're gonna get manipulated. And at that point, it's on you. Like if it ain't like 50 motherfuckers out there protesting this all like going into next season, and it's both organizations. You can protest and run the same building. You ain't even got to travel. It's both organizations. You can
talking about y'all.
Yeah.
Five just put up this quote about from BI, and I ain't see this. He said this year we got by. This year, BI said this year we got by with our talent. A lot of times we have to be better, starting with me.
Ain't that what we
this
said?
year we got by with our talent. Now, goddamn it, when we said this shit, when we had shows and we said this shit earlier, we was called crazy. We didn't know what we was talking about. When Justin was about to have an aneurysm in game 1 or game 2 or game 54 about Jordan Hawkins not playing, he was crazy. He was wild. Why we spending all this time? Before game 4 start, what will he say? I think we're gonna bring out some more shooting. Now, Jordan Hawkins only played 3-4 minutes, but he didn't. It wasn't an accident. I just, listen. This is the end of season 2 and 4 for us for Pro Pels Talk, right?
Yeah.
I hope going into season 3, we can have more of these conversations honestly. You know what I'm saying? And people not lead with their emotions in regards to retorting us in the shit that we are saying. Because if BI can say this, then we can, dog. Come on, man.
There was his 5
Good, Ross.
which was BI again, which was from USA, which I'm assuming he's referring to Team USA. From USA to this season, this is the worst I've been in a New Orleans Pelicans uniform. This is the part of the quote that really bothers me. I need to figure out how I can get the fans in New Orleans to believe in us again. Why would you say us at the end?
He said that?
He said, I need to figure out how I can get the fans in New Orleans to believe in us again.
Because that extension already signed. What you say, Lito?
I keep telling y'all that the fucking.
It's crazy to me that he wouldn't say me. I need to figure out how I can get the fans in New Orleans to believe in me again.
Zero accountability.
Hey, bro,
it's the same shit. I'm sorry, Lito. It's the same shit he said in game 1. Some people just take ownership. There's nothing. It's like I would love to tell Brandon, there's nothing you can do. Nothing.
Not for me.
It's not your fault, dog. Like it is just a talent issue. Like there is nothing you can do to change this.
Real quick, because we literally been saying this all year. Like, it would be one thing if the players were bad, except for Dyson. Besides Dyson, but they aren't classically bad because there's individual talent. They just bad as a unit. You got a bad coach, bad front office. So those two things, balance it puts them in purgatory. And that's the issue because someone asked before, they're like, hey, do you guys wish that you didn't make the thing or whatever? And it's like, yeah and no, because when you think about it, it's like, oh shit. When you think about it, it's like, when you think about it, it's like, well, I would prefer to have the 14th pick, and I would prefer the Brandon not look that terrible on a national platform. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the genie out the bottle with so many things with this organization, bro. The genie is out the bottle. And the most unfortunate thing, I was only half joking when I said this, like Brandon played so bad, you almost don't have a choice to bring him back. You probably couldn't give him away. Honestly, I don't want Brandon on the team if Brandon was going to play for free. If Brandon was like, donate my time pro bono. It's like, no, brother, no, thank you. Good day to you, sir. Like, they gonna just all GP. You got to extend him and hope that he recoups some value. And it's a toxic cycle of toxicity. Hopefully, he just asked to be traded. Hopefully. But what else you gonna get away with being this bad? He gonna have to go to Tijuana or something. Where else can you get away with this? Or the Wizards, maybe he can go to the Wizards, do us a favor and go there or something.
Kyle Kuzma, there. He ain't going out there.
Yeah.
Hey, wait.
Oh.
You telling me Willie Green got a secret contract extension, Griff got a secret contract extension, Trajan Langdon got a secret contract extension. You telling me you don't think Brandon Ingram shit is done and just waiting to be signed? Come on, man.
I think it's more likely than the alternative.
Oh, this is so funny to me, David. This is so funny. This is so funny. This is so fucking funny. Because at the All-Star break, half of this group said Brandon Ingram for Laurie, and we were called insane. We said go trade, go get Laurie. Didn't do it. Didn't go get why am I blanking? Your boy from Dallas. Who's the dude from Mavericks? Gafford. Could have gotten him. Didn't get him. You wanted to move Jonas off season. Didn't do it. Now he's going to walk and probably go somewhere else for cheap because he knows his role in New Orleans. It's just such a, you know what? God, I'm going to have to fucking play it. You know what? I got worked up. I'm going to have to play it because what Nick Saban says right here is exactly what's fucking wrong with the Pelicans.
So if you want to get happy about the results, I'm happy about the results. If you want to be happy about the process, I'm not. All right? And if we're going to do what we need to do as a football team to be as good as I want to be and as we want to be, then that process is not good enough. All right? So and if you think because you won, you don't have to change, you got another thing coming.
And this is Ross and Chad have called this out early on before the All-Star break. You get into this rhythm of, we got 49 wins and Zion played 70 games. And we saw, Brandon in the playoffs and he wasn't fully healthy though. And, our bench really stepped up. It goes back to this vicious cycle of just being average. And that's what is driving me insane with this. And that's what's driving me insane with ownership raising ticket prices. It's obnoxious. It really is. And there's going to be a show about ownership because guess what? I'm not the biggest, I'm not the biggest Saints fan, but I'm not even the biggest football player. I'm I could tell Dennis Allen, he sucks. He's just not good.
Terrible. Worst coach in the
NFL. They won't move on from him. And it's just it's this. All right, whatever.
I can't help it. We signed a secret extension with our head coach,
bro.
That the head coach hasn't even addressed yet or acknowledged.
Not even a press conference,
bro. That's not normal.
Think about what that says. Think about what must have been agreed to keep that a secret, and for you still not to have addressed it. It's almost embarrassing, in my opinion. If I'm don't you want to celebrate this?
Did anyone confirm it? Has it actually been confirmed though?
He's never spoken on it, Justin.
And,
but what I'm saying is
Christian said, he like
the sources were like, but the organization has not confirmed it.
Bro, no, they have not.
They got so much they never confirmed. That's like just in the air still. We don't know what the.
Do you remember the Zion thing? Do you remember what was it, Chris, last year when like I think Zion was ramping up or something, and like we weren't getting an update every 2 weeks, and like it like just bled into and then he does the windmill dunk, right? He did the windmill dunk before the game, and everyone's like, "What the like what's going on?"
Play-in or something like.
But like they weren't clear with the medical update. We're like, "What is going on? Is Zion coming back or not?"
Yeah, Lopez was saying one thing. We were hearing other things from the practice updates. We thought he was coming back to play for one game or a particular game. Then it didn't happen. It was a bunch of confusion. He was practicing on his way to practicing. Then we didn't see him for a couple of days. All right, look, it is what it is. Look, man, hey, shout out to all the people in the comments and chats that still been rocking with us. Shout out to all of y'all, man, for popping up, growing the brand, growing the people. You know what I'm saying? Supporting all the individual shows and shit, man. Y'all a big reason. All the super chats, y'all a big reason why this shit is is still fun. Because if it was just about basketball and some of the things that we deal with outside of it, man, look, be spending time doing something else. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all y'all, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Chris. And shout out to everyone on this panel, man, and Jarrett, who's in the building. Like, y'all understand. And we have to shout out Lala. I mean, Lala, that drives our shows, all the graphics, everything like that. Like, she's truly the MVP of the entire network. So shout out to you, Lala. But I want to shout out you guys, man. Like, y'all put in so much work. You know, y'all have kids, significant others, jobs, and like y'all literally showed up. We showed up. There were 88 games. We showed up 85 times. And, we did Sunday shows, Chaz had individual shows, Lito individual shows, Chris individual shows, the birth of Pell's Court. What's it called?
The
Pell's Court, Pez Trials, the birth of Pell's Trials. Ross, maybe you'll do an individual show. Maybe you'll work a little bit harder for this company. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe, But and also we got to shout out 5, man. 5 makes the ultimate sacrifice, man. 4 or 5 hours. He made 35 home games, traveled to OKC, traveled to Memphis, traveled to Dallas. Got incredible, incredible bits from LeBron James, Greg Popovich, Kevin Durant, Zion. Williamson. Yeah, like Jarrett, you had an incredible run this year. And then also like guys, like everybody in the comments, man. Like I could just like I'm just looking at comments, but like X and Donald, Malik, Wahab, Chung of you, Shane. Appreciate all of y'all. Adam, I'm sure I'm missing a lot.
Where my dog at, man? Where the fuck my dog at?
Yeah, where is my dog at? I don't know where my dog is. But, 504.
I know where my dog at right now, dog. My dog suffering right now, dog.
I'm gonna let my dog live because I had a real funny little thing.
my
dog suffering, bro.
No, fuck that. My dog is bridge right now. Like, then Mister, I'm too broke to call him right now, fan. This is the last package I ever say your ass. It's been 6 months and still no word. I don't deserve it. I know you got my last 2 letters. I want the addresses on them perfect.
Oh, God. That's incredible. Yeah. No, I really appreciate you guys. All the guys in the comments that support, that are members, that do super chats. There's so many people I can thank, but I can't think of all of y'all. But man, we put up some record numbers.
This is everybody, man.
Really, for real. Game Osborne, you're up for here.
Everybody, man. Everybody.
Jeremy, Shane, Game. Everybody.
Everybody, man.
So this isn't the last show. Chung. Yeah, we're gonna miss somebody. So Chung, So we're gonna be doing more shows in the off season. Definitely do Sunday night shows and off season outlook. So thanks for everything, guys. I got nothing else to say. Your support has truly been incredible. It means the world to us, man. We've had record numbers this year. It's only gonna get bigger and better. So I don't know if Chaz or Lito or Ross has anything else to add.
Shout out to Lex. I'm just gonna use some shout outs, man. Shout out to Lex. Shout out to Rachel. Just shout out to everybody who just been consistent in the chat. Wahab, you know what I'm saying? Space African G, just everybody who just supporting the show. Just lending us your ear, lending us your time, and man, you know what they say. Yeah.
Ross, we'll go with you, then Lito. We'll go with you, Ross, and then Lito. You'll end it with 5 seconds with Lito.
Well, the offseason is always our Super Bowl because we don't make it far enough in the playoffs to really get serious about the playoffs. So, yeah, we'll start looking at the offseason and hope everybody kind of goes on that ride with us. But we'll be back.
I love how Ross doesn't thank anybody for the support and has yet to play the piano all year. Can we
I was going to play the piano if we don't want a playoff series. This isn't a play-in piano. This is
okay.
This is a playoff piano.
Yeah,
For winners.
Yeah.
This is for winners.
And 5 seconds with Lito. Close out the year.
Yeah, man. Shout out to us. I want to shout out to us, man. We worked hard for real. Like we worked hard, and I feel like it showed. And I think y'all appreciated it, obviously, because y'all showed up for us, because we showed up for y'all. I think, you know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna talk a little bit of shit for us. It might be a little bit more than 5 seconds. I think we are important to the fan base simply because like we just keep it real and we keep it honest and we keep it G and we don't sugarcoat anything and we can't be bought. You know what I'm saying? And we have a voice and we just not go silence it and just, you know what I'm saying? Like we not go be quiet for any amount of reasons. We want the best for the team. And I think if you can't understand that makes us a fan, I really don't think you understand what a fan is. Like we would like for the team to be successful so we can also talk further along into the playoffs. Like that's something that we adhere to and we want to be a part of. So shout out to us, man, for the hard work. But I'm gonna just end it with this. I guess we're gonna have Sunday shows. We're gonna take it to some Sunday shows. We're gonna take it to Summer League, and maybe we'll see about Media Day. We don't really know, but we're gonna take it to the regular season, and then we're gonna take it here.
I would kick open the door to the Oval Office and I would chop that motherfucking desk in half.
Oh, fuck. Smash the like button. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all later.